Alright guys, yesterday Gameloft not only released a video hinting about some details regarding the next Asphalt Legends Unite update, but they also released the whole patch notes, so since I guess that you all guys want to jump straight on topic, let's begin with today's video where I will show you every single detail you need to know about what it might be the largest update ever implemented into the game. So let's get into it. On July 17th, Asphalt Legends Unite will be globally launched on PlayStation, Nintendo Switch, as well as all the existing platforms like Android, iOS, Windows, and Steam. And once you update the game, you will be able to play with your progress from any platform for as long as you link your account with a Gameloft ID account, except on PlayStation and Nintendo Switch, since as we already know, those two platforms don't have cross-save, while they can match in multiplayer with players from other platforms though. There will be friend lists and private lobbies as well, where you will be able to race with friends without spending fuels or tickets, a new track called Singapore, which we already know, a new cooperative mode called Pursuit, which is basically like a Coops versus Crooks, and as well a new game engine which will provide further optimization to Asphalt Legends Unite. Unluckily for a few of you guys, on the screen right now you can see that if you meet any of the requirements I have put there, this is if your device doesn't have the Vulkan API support, or if your device has the GPU name in red, you won't be able to play Asphalt Legends Unite. On multiplayer there will be changes as well, introducing two variants to play multiplayer, World League and Season Series. World League will be oriented to the competition aspect of the game, and it will have car filters which will change from time to time, and cars will be matched more on rank rather than on class. There will be sub-tiers where players will be grouped, and the World League will be divided on 6 splits through the entire year. Each split will have 4 rounds and each round will last 2 weeks. You can claim rewards after each round, and all players within one round get demoted a bit before the following round begins. Every time a split ends, you will be able to claim the split rewards based on your position after completing the 4 rounds within that split. Once that all the split ends, you theoretically get to claim a bit better rewards once a year, I guess, but let's keep in mind that every year the entire progress will be completely reset back to 0. Each round and split may have different rules in order to spice up competition, but let's remember that all what I said only affects to World League. Season League is different. Here each multiplayer season lasts 7 days and you can play with whatever card you want, but cards will be matched based on rank. On Asphalt Legends Unite we will be able to improve our garage up to level 60, so it's safe to say that new cars will be added on the garage levels, being the Aston Martin Valhalla and the Pagani Imola, a few of the confirmed ones, and for everyone who opens the game once after the next 2 seasons from Asphalt Legends Unite, you will get 750 tokens, 50,000 credits, the D-Class Neon Edition completely for free, and some 20 exclusive packs from launch or something like that, as I have heard. But as I mentioned within my previous videos, we will have the chance to unlock a few new cars, starting from the Bugatti Chiron Pure Sport, available on its own special event during the 2nd season of this update, and that honestly looks like a slower Chiron with better nitro and a quite higher rank. That's it. I'm pretty sure that the handling is better as well, but that's it. Another Chiron for the collection, or at least that's in my case. Then we have the Ferrari SF19XX Stradale, an A-Class car which will be obtainable during the Drive Syndicate 9, and which I'm sure it will be an obstacle for many people trying to get the main Drive Syndicate car, but this Ferrari has a quite solid stats, being real there. Talking about the Drive Syndicate 9, we have the first car we will need to max in order to obtain our final goal. This is the main Drive Syndicate car, and I'm talking about the Porsche Mission Air, which will be the first Drive Syndicate car, and is in general based on its stats a quite decent C-Class car which will be obtainable only through the Drive Syndicate as well, just like the car I'm about to show you guys. The Koenigsegg Jesko Absolute, aka the second best car of the game with a quite high top speed but an inversely bad nitro efficiency, which makes me think how painful will it be to use somewhat competitively this car. The acceleration seems to be quite solid and the handling isn't that bad though, but I'm still thinking if it's any worth to go for, since I can already tell you guys that the Devil 16 is already pretty much better than this car. I had hopes, until I saw the nitro efficiency, not gonna lie. If we continue having a look at all the remaining cars, we have the 4GT Frankie Edition, which is basically a bit better version of the classic 4GT, this time on A-Class and of course with extremely mid acceleration, but the nitro is quite nice though. This car will be obtainable through a few events that will will appear throughout the entire update, so it should be technically free to load. But wait, because there are more Fords yet to be delivered through this update, like for example this Ford Mustang, which I will call the 10th anniversary one, since the name is way too long for me to properly remember it. It looks quite nice, despite not being any kind of competitive car or something like that, so it's safe to say that this is the Legends Pass car of this update. At last but not least, while we talk about this car, the Lamborghini Authentica will appear during the second season of this update, and I guess it's a B-class decent car, so it's fine I guess. And now let's jump into the special events of each season, shall we? Because the first season is called Legends Unite Part 1, and starting the 24th of July 2024, the Drive Syndicate 9 will begin. In order to unlock the Koenigsegg Jesko Absolute, you will need a 2-star Porsche Mission Air, a 3-star Ferrari Enzo Ferrari, a 4-star Lamborghini Essenza SCV12, a 4-star Ferrari SF19XX, a 4-star Bugatti Bolide, and a 2-star at least Koenigsegg Jesko Absolute. I can certainly say that it won't be cheap, and I'm still deciding if it's worth to go for this Jesko Absolute, you know, having a maxed out level 16. During this season we will have a new Genti Aquilon Starway where you will need the cars you can see on screen right now, and we will also have a Pagani Huayra Air special event rerun, a Nissan GT1 Grand Prix rerun, and a special hunt for the Ultima RS, which is coming back through a special hunt as well. I will be honest guys, there are a ton of time limited events which are not meaningful when we compare them with the main events I just mentioned, so I will be efficient and I will tell you that during this season we will have the first event featuring our chances of getting some blueprints of the 4GT by Frankie Muniz edition, another Formula E event, a few car hunts which you can see on screen right now in order of appearance. But now let's jump to the next season main events, which are far more interesting than these time limited events. Okay, so as I warned you all guys, this Legends Unite Part 2 season we will have a burst of speed featuring these cars you can see on the screen, effectively making it one of the worst burst of speed events I have ever seen on this game. Because, you know, as I said previously, this season main special event will be the Bugatti Chiron Pure Sport special event, but we will also have the Bailey Blade GT1 special event rerun, the Grand Prix of the new Lamborghini Authentica, and then a Starway for the Onyx and a special hunt featuring for the first time ever the Porsche Cayman GT4 Club Sport. During this season, the only time limited event you should pay attention to is the 4GT Frankie Edition one, and that's it. No car hunts mentioned so far, so let's jump to the next topic. But wait, because there is more. To be more specific, another season called Back to School featuring a Lamborghini Revuelto special event theoretical rerun, even though it's not confirmed and could have, you know, some twists, a small burst of speed featuring low classes cars like the ones you can see on screen right now, a Ferrari SF90 Stradale rerun, which will be the fourth one so far, a Mercedes AMG GT Black Series Grand Prix rerun, and a McLaren Speedtail Starway event. On the time limited event side, we will have the last opportunity to upgrade to 2 stars the 4GT Frankie Muniz edition. At last but not least, there will be new cars being added to the showroom. The Renault RS01, the Panda Electrics Dendrobium, the Dodge Viper ACR, and during the second season, the Neo EP9 will be added as well. A new feature called Speeders will appear on some tracks, and it will be like squares which if you step over them, you will get a boost of speed. Oh, and a small detail, Asphalt developers will start to change car stats in order to make them match with their ranks, and on this update the level 16 physics will be adjusted in order to make it quote-unquote more intuitive to drive, but you shall not worry because they are making sure to kill the Hennessy Venom F5 as well, lowering its nitro 3 whole points, so yeah. I will make an entire video talking about this because I have experienced that in the past. And at this point, I'm worried I know exactly where the game is heading to. I will be honest guys, in many ways I don't find this update to be good at all. Gameloft nerfing both the Devil and the F5 just to make sure that some people go for the Koenigsegg Jesko Absolute makes me extremely worried about the future of the game. At some point I thought that Gameloft would be somewhat merciful with those interested in starting on the game from this Asphalt Legends Unite launch, but I don't think they care about them at all. Instead of offering a chance, you know, to keep playing to both the PlayStation and new players in general, they have decided to go full throttle and try to milk every possible cent out of this game for as long as the Asphalt Legends Unite hype lasts, and that's extremely sad because if this game ever had any chance of reaching its full potential, that's definitely lost now. I really hope to be wrong, but guys, you know me, and unfortunately there are many times when I say so and I ended up being completely right. I'm just devastated now without any kind of clue of what to do now because of these patch notes that definitely demotivated me from keep creating content about this game, which I think it's what Gameloft maybe wanted, who knows. I mean, I will be having a look at your thoughts on the season patch notes on this video comment section. Make sure to subscribe in order to not to miss anything about Asphalt Legends Unite. And I will see you really soon as usual with much more content, even though I don't feel capable of keep saying that for many months to come. But you know guys, I will see you really soon. Goodbye.